bell will sound early for hundreds of students in the metro today thanks to high temps and no AC. Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 a.m. we have team coverage as a heat wave forces some Denver schools to close ahead of schedule.
Also, without hesitation, an officer ready to sacrifice his life for others.
I saw the headlights coming at me, scared, absolutely scared. I thought about my family, of course, and I do have a baby on the way.
He's being praised this morning for how he stopped a wrong-way driver.
Also this time next week, we'll be talking about Russell Wilson's first game as a Bronco, and history seems to be on our side. The number of opening games that he's won. I should say we'll be talking about his first win as a Bronco.
That's right. Calling it now.
That's
yes.
right, yes. Happy Tuesday morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. We want to get right over to meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo. Lisa, we've been suffering through these heat records, and we might break some more records today.
It looks like another 3 probably this week. I put up the current temps so that you can enjoy what we have for the next hour or two. 60s, a few low 70s. It's pretty warm already out there. Keep in mind, this time of year, early September, low to mid 80s, our typical high for the day. Today, we're going to be well above that by about 11 o'clock in the morning. So get out early on your dog walking forecast, low 70s by about 8 o'clock. We'll hit highs in the upper 90s and then be right around 95 degrees by 6. But here's the highs, what we're expecting today. Denver 98, Platteville, Keensburg, Fort Morgan, all triple-digit heat for parts of northeastern Colorado. Low 90s, I guess a little better to the south there in Castle Rock, but look at the mountains even, 70s and 80s. So this is some pretty brutal heat. We're going to take a look at how long it lasts coming up in a few minutes, but continuing our team coverage is Veronica Acosta. And Veronica, heat like this, it's just tough for kids to concentrate.
It is, and it's even tougher when several DPS schools just don't have air conditioning, and that really is the problem this morning. That's exactly why so many students aren't going to be sitting in the classroom for the entire day. They're going to have to be let out early. It's just going to be way too hot in there. So take a look at your screen. These 4 schools don't have that precious technology that a lot of us are going to need at some point today, that air conditioning. So one of those schools, the school that we're at this morning, it's McAuliffe International. Students here are going to be getting out early both today, tomorrow, and also Thursday. Now over at Denison Montessori and Godsman Elementary, students are getting early released just today, and then Skinner Middle School students get to leave the class earlier than usual tomorrow. Now, just to give you an example of how hot these classrooms get, DPS officials told us on days like today, when those temperatures are expected to be unusually high, temps in the 3rd floor east-facing classrooms, those can reach over 90 degrees, you guys. This goes without saying, but the district really encouraging parents to make sure that they fill up their students' water bottles today, just in case they need them at any point. Now, we're still waiting to hear back from the district about what they're going to do regarding busing. We know that yesterday they told us that they're not sure yet if students will be able to hop on a bus as soon as they're let out early today at some of these schools, or whether they're going to have to wait a few hours and get on their usually scheduled bus. So I reached out just a couple of minutes ago, and we'll keep you updated as soon as they get back to us. For now, we're live in Denver. I'm Veronica Acosta. Denver 7.
All right, Veronica, and we know that there are several DPS schools that don't have air conditioning, 48 of them, in fact. A bond that Denver voters passed last year was supposed to provide more air conditioning. It was $800 million for different projects. That was meant to install AC in 24 schools. So far, 7 of those schools now have AC. Work is almost finished on 8 other campuses, but there have been delays because of supply chain issues. AC will be installed at 9 other schools next summer.
And right now, the overall drive, even though it's warm, I'm not seeing any problems here metro-wide on or off the highways. We had a lot of traffic that was up on I-70 coming back towards town yesterday. Not seeing that here this morning. Looking really nice on 6th Avenue. Take a look at the drive across the south side of town, I-25, in or out of the Denver Tech Center here at Yale looks fantastic. And you can see the drive times look fantastic as we're not seeing any overnight construction. All the construction was put on hold over the holiday weekend. So a great drive anywhere you want to go, including to or from the airport. 10-minute drive on Pena right now.
A new acting chief will take over Denver's police department today. Mayor Hancock nominated Ron Thomas to lead the department. He will serve on an interim basis after current Chief Paul Pazin announced his retirement. Thomas is a Marine Corps veteran and has been with DPD for more than 30 years. He was the chief of the patrol division.
Well, tomorrow, a brave Colorado deputy will be back at work after stopping a wrong-way driver with his own patrol car. Take a look at the images of what that looked like here. This happened on I-70 Sunday evening, and while both cars were badly damaged, the deputy, Mike Hutton, and the driver of the other vehicle only suffered minor injuries.
Before I knew it, I saw the headlights coming at me and a line of cars behind me at about mile marker 385. And within seconds, I had to make the decision to just place my vehicle at a little bit of an angle and just take that hit myself. To protect people that are innocent, from serious injury or death is an absolute priority of mine.
Well, authorities are investigating if the wrong-way driver perhaps was experiencing a medical condition. No charges have been filed yet. Deputy Hutton, though, has had some close calls in the past. Just last year, he was shot 3 times while responding to a theft.
Our sister station KOAA in Colorado Springs is working to raise money to help protect law enforcement. Anchor Ira Cronin will bike across Colorado, going from the Utah border to the Nebraska border in 5 days. The ride raises money to purchase rifle-rated vests for 10 Colorado law enforcement agencies, including CSPD, Woodland Park PD, and the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. That department just had a deputy killed in a shooting. Andrew Perry was responding to a domestic incident in the town of Security last month, and emotions are still high from that night.
We were there before they finished working, trying to save his life. And I can just tell you that it takes away a piece of your soul.
And that loss is palpable, and it's real, and it's tragic, and it's heartbreaking, and there's no easy way through it.
So we'll be following Ira's progress on his bike throughout the week. You can donate right now at shield616.org.
It is now up to the Justice Department to decide its next move after a judge agreed an outside official should review the seized records from Mar-a-Lago. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
Good morning. The judge's decision allows one investigation to go forward, but stalls another. The government can look into if storing these classified materials at Mar-a-Lago damaged national security, but temporarily can't use the documents in the DOJ's investigation into why and how they got there. This morning, a federal judge in Florida agreeing with former President Donald Trump's legal team in the battle over reams of classified documents seized by the FBI from Trump's Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago. The judge granting Trump's request that a special master and independent outside official be appointed to go through the documents, temporarily blocking the Department of Justice from using the seized records in their ongoing investigation. Explaining her decision, Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee, citing the unprecedented nature of the case and writing, "A commitment to the appearance of fairness is critical now more than ever."
This doesn't end the investigation, but this could, again, throw a wrench in the works for what DOJ has been trying to do.
But the judge's ruling does not halt the government's damage assessment, determining if storing an estimated 700 pages of highly classified material, some with markings of secret or top secret, inside Mar-a-Lago impacted national security. The judge set a deadline of this Friday for both sides, Trump and the DOJ, to propose a list of candidates they want to be special master in this case. The DOJ has not yet signaled if they'll appeal the judge's ruling. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
All right, a week from today at this time, we'll be breaking down Russell Wilson's first game as a Bronco. I probably won't be contributing much to that conversation, but you and our sports guys will be breaking down every detail of that.
Hopefully we'll be talking about a win after months, of course, of anticipation since he was signed by the Broncos. His big debut is 6 days away on his old home turf, too, in Seattle. Should be a great game. And the numbers don't lie. Russell seems to thrive in September. He has a 7-3 record in his last 10 September games with 29 touchdowns and 1 interception. So great ratio there. He's won his last 3 season openers. In fact, the last time Russell lost on opening day was in 2018 at Mile High at Empower Field against the Broncos. The Broncos beat the Seahawks 28-27, so now he's on the right side of the line.
I hope so, yeah. Okay, well, you can watch Russell's Broncos debut right here on Denver 7 Monday night. Our pregame coverage starts at 5 p.m. Kickoff is at 6:15 from Seattle, and then stick around for our postgame show. Lisa, by next week, it should be a little cooler outside here.
We knock on that fake wood that's in front of you or something. Yeah, it is hot. Out here the door this morning, you're going to find 60s, 70s in some neighborhoods. You get a few pretty pleasant hours, and then we'll get to near 90 by noon. Mid to upper 90s for highs. We'll take a closer look at what you're going to see in your neighborhood this afternoon coming up.
And right now, the overall drive still nice and quiet as we've recovered from the holiday weekend. Apparently, the drive here across downtown, right by Mile High, looks great. Southbound, northbound, not seeing any problems. We will see that traffic build up here in just a little bit, including on 270 and I-76. Those drive times coming up.
How much do you tip? It probably went up during the pandemic, but find out why new technology might have us tipping less now.
And it's an incredible story of survival. How many days a man survived holding onto a freezer while floating in the ocean?